The panic, worry, and fear is really starting to set in, or at least to the point of which people are starting to disclose this and display this. As I briefly interacted with three employees at a Walmart nearby that were working together to stock the shelves. But really and truly, I just kind of stumbled upon and ended up overhearing an earshot of their conversation about their job, their hours, their pay, and what they think is happening next. And we all know, we've seen the reports. Walmart's closing stores, which is nothing new. Walmart has historically closed stores each and every year for the most part, for many years. But now, when Walmart is closing stores in a recession and inflation is as high as it is, and Walmart is saying, I guess they're kind of drawing the line and they're mixing words between underperforming and high theft, high crime. And that is worrying to the employees. What they are bracing for in preparation for coming this summer. Coming this month, really, for the most part. Walmart's already closing stores, announcing more store closures, closing and or laying off in the fulfillment and distribution centers. And it almost seems like there's no end in sight. Now, granted, these three employees shared similar characteristics, similar traits visually. And they said to me, they said, well, you know why they're doing this, right? They had their opinions on who they are targeting, who is going to be most affected by this, and who they blame for these problems. We see the videos, we see the clips, we see the shorts on TikTok and on the news and Facebook and the reels. There's a particular group of people that are usually the focal point of the problem. Is this true? I don't know. I can't say with any certainty. Is this what the media portrays and pushes? The narrative, the rhetoric? Absolutely. But what is the real problem? What is the cause? Is it a particular group of people based on what they look like, their names, where they've grown up, where they live? Or is it a different group of people because of a different list of reasons behind why they are in poverty, extremely low income, relying upon government welfare, food stamps, EBT, SNAP, high crime areas, lower education levels, limited income opportunities, limited advancement and growth opportunities within their careers and their jobs, high police presence, targeting, brutality. I can't say with any certainty one way or the other, but I can tell you that these guys in particular, I could feel their stress. It was almost as if though they were voicing their concerns in preparation for what's coming, what's happening, but didn't feel like they fell into the categories and the groups and the the demographic of the troublemakers. They were just trying to do their jobs, trying to earn a living, trying to get by. They're not out there stealing, shoplifting, adding to the problem of theft, crime, loss that these companies are experiencing, or are just using as a scapegoat, a way out, a reason behind why they are doing what they're doing and trying to save face for shareholders, for investors, stock market, news headlines, potential mergers and acquisitions. There's a plan, there's a strategy behind every single move. Whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, there is a plan. Now, some would say that this plan is by design and is in full force right now to wipe out so many, cause so much pain and anguish and heartache for so many families that were already living paycheck to paycheck, low income, now feeling the immeasurable amount of stress that has been added to their plate with higher prices, inflation, insecurity in the job market, potential job loss, and having to try to work multiple jobs just to make enough money to be broke. It's unfortunate. It's sad. While at the same time, we are seeing our government spending frivolously as if there's no end, supporting other nations, other countries, other people besides the ones here at home. Granted, they will get on TV and speak about change and point fingers at the other side and demand action, but it's all lip service. It's all BS. It's all about an agenda. It's all about a vote. It's all about a win. It's all about a pass through Congress. It's all about a greasy palm, a backdoor deal, lining of pockets. And you got to think some of these major corporations, these big businesses, these too big to fail businesses, they didn't get that way by accident. They didn't get that way without any political influence. They didn't get that way without any support. One hand washes the other, I think is the phrase or the euphemism that idiom that they state. Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. But right now, you would think that these companies, these major companies, these huge companies would be thinking that way. Like, these employees have scratched our backs for years. We'll scratch theirs. We'll scratch theirs. It's our turn. No. They've made tons of money, billions and billions, if not trillions of dollars over the years. Profit through the roof, unbelievable amounts of profit. The CEO of Walmart, I believe, Doug McMillon, earns a compensation package of over $26 million a year. That's just one person. That's one person that makes that kind of money a year. But instead, in tough times, they choose to turn their backs on those who helped them get to where they are today and reward them by laying them off, by firing them, giving them just a few hours notice. They're not the only ones. Other companies, businesses, Amazon, McDonald's, just to name a few. Target is starting to get into the mix. We're going to start hearing a little bit more about Target in the news here soon. I would imagine Home Depot and Lowe's will start to rear their ugly heads if they've already indicated potential warning signs of just how bad things are going to get. And this just lays out the foundation, the groundwork for the future, so that when they do start to make these cuts, start to make these closures, start to impact these lives, they'll be justified. Well, we told you guys 2 months ago that numbers weren't looking too hot. But at the end of the day, they have to maintain a level of profit to keep operations going, because they're not going to, at the expense of their C-suite executives that earn millions of dollars a year, forego that to support stores, support staff, support families, support people who would give all they had to these companies, work long hours, miss birthdays, miss holidays, miss family gatherings, miss important events in their lives that they can never replace. Work, holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, birthdays, only to be invisible to the employer, purely a number for which they can delete and erase on their computer system in the cloud without any physical emotion and no recourse whatsoever. Sorry, we got to make cuts. If things improve, you're more than welcome to come back. Or we're going to close this store down. We're going to close this distribution center down. We're going to close this fulfillment center down. But you're more than welcome to relocate and transfer to another facility. Oh, well, by the way, that facility is at capacity and also scheduled and slated to be closed very soon, on top of the extra 30 to 40 mile commute one way that you would have to endure. And we have a zero tolerance policy for being late or calling out or anything like that. So we wish you the best, but there's nothing more that we can do. There's nothing we can do. I think that was what the banks were saying when they were taking money away from people and emptying their bank accounts and freezing their funds, putting them in a bind. There's nothing we can do. There's something you can do. There's plenty that could be done, but they've chosen to all align and sync in unison in a route, on a path, a direction towards destruction of not only families and wiping out incomes and backing folks up against a wall that have no savings, little savings, mountains of debt, credit card debt lined up, maxed out credit cards, but they're also destroying this country. They're destroying our economy. They don't realize that their greed, their thirst, their lust for exorbitant, monumental, record-breaking profits is actually destroying this country and our economy. While we have outside forces adding fuel to the fire to further destroy this country and its economy as a whole, knowing that this will only drive more fear, more panic, more anxiety internally, then causing more divide and separation and disgust. People looking at people like this, like, you trying to take what I got? You got to get me? You want my job? You trying to fire me? From the inside out. Crazy part about it is we share all this information freely on TikTok so that other people have the ability to access our data, our emotions, our locations, our fears, our next moves, our plans, our strategies, so that they can then reverse engineer the next attack, the next struggle, the next pandemic, the next massive event to wipe out the rest. Each time we see some resiliency, and each time the new variant is created and altered to be stronger, to destroy the weak. Maybe they're all working together. Maybe not. I don't know. But I will say that these three guys at Walmart really kind of, in my opinion, embodied the general feeling and emotion of the employee today as they worry and they fear what these employers, what these big companies and corporations will do tomorrow to eliminate them, to fire them, to terminate them, to take away their jobs, their income, to add more burden on top of them while portraying this falsehood, this fake face, this spokesperson that appears to be remorseful as they share how they're going to devastate millions. And if you pay attention to them and you look them in their eyes and you read between the lines, they're saying, we want to make more money. We want more profit. We don't care about people. We don't care about the workers. We don't care about the employees. We only care about us and our profits and our shareholders and our growth and our charts and our revenues. And that's all that matters. We'll move online. We'll sell online. We'll sell in the metaverse. We'll sell Walmart land. Put your VR, virtual reality goggles on, glasses on. Get your AI ready. We're ready for the future. Not realizing what that means. The future is being built to exclude the people of the past. And I'm not quite sure how they're going to pull this one off. Well, actually, I have an idea. They're going to continuously raise prices. They're going to continuously increase profits. And they're going to continuously wipe out and push out those who can't afford it, but also back those who can into a corner. And they're going to get it. They're going to get what they want. Unless there's a pushback, unless there's a opposition strong enough to fight this and potentially win. Until then, we've got to be smart. We've got to be diligent. We have to be ready. We got to be prepared. We have to know what we are up against, potentially up against the challenges and struggles that we may face here in the next few days, few weeks, few months, maybe even for the next few years. We can't just sit by idle and allow it to happen, but we have to actively push towards a strategy, a solution, come together, work together to survive. Otherwise, they'll win. And ultimately, we will all lose. We can't afford to let that happen. If you work at Walmart, if you work at Target, if you work at Amazon, any retail environment, grocery store, anything like that, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your feelings. Let me know your opinions. Let me know what's happening internally, whether you see it, hear it, read it, or feel it. I think this is going to be the first step in formulating a strong plan and strategy of survival moving forward. I appreciate you guys. Please comment down below. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, share this information with anyone you feel as though it would be helpful to, beneficial to. Avoid the scammers and the spammers and the bots in the comment section down below. It's not me. I'm not trying to contact you. I'm not trying to text you. I'm not trying to WhatsApp you. And I'm definitely not trying to invest your money for you or give you a prize winning for a contest entry that you've never submitted. You guys take care, be safe, and until next time, I'll see you real soon. Bye.